So here it is, our big summer project this year. Started with the stock tank pool. And luckily Brian was already used to my love for bringing in the pink, so I really didn't get a fight from him on painting that pink. And I'll talk a little bit more about spray painting the stock tank pool in just a minute. But once I talked to Brian about doing the stock tank pool in the backyard, we started brainstorming the deck for it to sit on, and it kind of escalated from there, and we're going to keep expanding the deck. This is like the first phase we're gonna do, and then he's already starting to build second phase, and then there's gonna be a third phase. So we're just gonna have a wall of deck here in our backyard. But for now, we started with just this deck for the pool, and I'll show you guys a little bit of a close-up of the deck around the pool, the bench and the stairs, and then the pool and how we hooked it up. So this is the 8-foot stock tank from Tractor Supply. We bought it from our local Tractor Supply store. They don't sell them online and they don't ship them. I really wish they had that option, but it is 8 feet round. So even Brian with his truck had some difficulties bringing that home. I think the 8-foot is the best size. They sell one in a 6-foot, and I think that would really be too small. Really, the main point of this pool was for our kids, our 3 kids, to play in the summer and not have to have one of those blow-up pools every year that gets popped and broken and we throw away over and over again. This is just something permanent that we have in the summer. It has a drain hole that I'll show you guys that will drain after summer's over. I think I can see it maybe around the corner here. Right there. And then I need to research more cover options for the winter time, just so it doesn't get filled up with leaves and junk. And then when it's drained, I can touch up any spots that have flaked off from the paint. One thing that I really love that we did, it was kind of an afterthought around the pool, was this wraparound bench and then the steps. Brian added the steps after we did the bench because our girls are 3 and they were having issues getting in and out of the pool. So these steps really help. And then the bench, we've had a couple of parties and just neighbors over, and my son's birthday, and we had people just, it wasn't a swim party exactly because we can't have, you know, a whole lot of people swimming in our pool, but people were just putting their feet in, and all the adults, you know, just sitting along the edge and had their feet dangling in, and it was nice to have like that spot for people to put their feet in if they wanted to. And then another question I get asked a lot about are these hanging chairs, these chair swings. I love these so much, and they look so good, I think, hanging from the deck. And I feel like this space, the pool takes up so much room that if you had a bunch of like furniture all around it, it would feel cluttered. But something about them, the hanging chairs, it feels, it doesn't take as much visual space and doesn't feel as cluttered. But these are just from Amazon. I have them linked in the description, and then also if you go to my blog post about the stock tank pool, they're linked there. We got the ones that were, I think the weight limit was like 350, and so some of them have a kind of small weight limit meant for, more for kids, but we got the ones that had the higher weight limit so adults can sit in them, or multiple kids can sit in them, and you know, it not be any big deal. And then I also have my favorite outdoor lights, the In Brighton color changing lights that we also have on our back porch. And yeah, the kids love it. For it being a small, tiny pool, they can spend several hours out here playing. I think their favorite thing to do is dive for the diver rings or the rockets. So I'm really glad we did it. It was a fun summer project, and wasn't too hard on the budget. You can definitely go an affordable route with the stock tank pool, especially if you're not building a deck all around it. I have some of the pricing that I spent on my blog post if you're interested in seeing that, but definitely way more cost effective than building an underground pool. So if y'all have any more questions, you can leave me a comment. You can visit the blog post where I talk all about how we built the pool and all the details of everything that we used and steps.